to welcome, and I'm very happy that he agreed to do this because the man has more dignity than this arena can provide for him. But we're getting better, and he has a very, very illustrious past that I'm dying to delve into. But you all know him basically for being a member of the council for some years here in New York City, and I want you to give a warm, very enthusiastic welcome to Mr. Phil Reed. Well, we have to lean in here so we can get a nice tight camera shot. I feel obliged to keep Wendy's show going because, I mean, Wendy has borrowed a lot of segments, so I'll just borrow the whole show until she comes back to television. Now, Mr. Reed, I first heard of you, of course, when you held your seat in the city council. And after asking your little bio over here, I cannot believe the life you've had. I cannot believe the amount of resilience you have to just get up from the depths of despair and just keep on going. You truly are an example to us all. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so now I see that you were born in New York City approximately February 21st, 1949.
Okay.
That would make you close to 60 years old. Can you get a tight shot on this 60-year-old man? You lived here for most of your life. Now you grew up with a twin sister. How's she doing? Okay. When does she make her home?
She lives here in Manhattan as well, and as you may know, she attends church here for the regular.
I do not know.
Yeah,
well, you'll have to introduce me to her the next time she's here.
Yes.
Okay, now you were raised, which is, not an unheard of story these days, but, back in the day, it was a little controversial that you had a white mother and a white stepfather. Okay? Tell us about that. I mean, when did you feel the racial divide? What was your first recollection of that?
Well, my family history is just that, when you're kids, you're not really aware of what color is. This person's your mother, this person's your father, what the relationships are, you have a family, you don't really look at it from any perspective other than is there food on the table and does somebody love you? So it really wasn't an issue. My biological father happens to be African American, turned out to be a bit of a fool. And my mother realized that and decided that it was healthier for us not to be around him. So she went on about her business and met this man and married him, who happened to be white, and we all lived together in a rather successful home.
Do you know how they met?
I don't really know. I think it was through mutual friends. That's the story that I guess I've been told. But I know when I first met him, there was a group of people that were really raising us, helping to raise us, and he was a part of that, and then the next thing I know, he was our stepfather. But in our family, the issue of race was just sort of, most of the people who were around us were African Americans or black, colored, or whatever the title was. Back then, my birth certificate says I'm colored, and I would make the joke that I've lived long enough to now be colored, I've been Negro, I've been black, I've been African American, and now I'm back to color. Because we're people of color. We refer to us as that's color. So I went all the way around the circle and I'm back to color now. Which really says to me that none of that has anything to do with who we really are.
Right on, right on. You can point out that.
I identify myself as a biracial person, biracial man, gay man, all those titles that seem that we have to attach to ourselves just gets to be, right, you're HIV positive, you're biracial, you're gay, you're blah, blah, blah. I felt it was just fine.
I'm down with that. Okay. So, Philip, I know that the issue of race is still an ongoing issue to this day. And my question to you is, I know that your family is supportive, that you're biracial, but at one point in time, there had to be someone that approached you in life to let you know, to illustrate for us that there are many people that are not over race and still want that racial divide to exist. And I was wondering if you could share that experience.
I've never really, I've had some issues within the gay community when I was, first coming out, and then you realize that there was a lot of discrimination within that community. But as I was growing up, we were very much family involved in the civil rights movement. But I can't really say to you that I had a personal moment where somebody called me a nigger or, I wasn't allowed to do something. My first real experience with that sort of overt racism was being a gay man in San Francisco.
That's really